Most cat owners have been there. You're going about your morning, and there it is. A small, lifeless creature your cat has deposited somewhere impossible to ignore. You probably called it a gift and moved on. But the real story behind this behavior is more fascinating than a simple gesture of affection, and understanding it genuinely changes how you see your cat. 1. You're part of the colony. Here's the first thing to understand. Your cat doesn't see you as an owner. They see you as a member of their social group, and a somewhat helpless one at that. Researchers studying feral cat colonies have observed that experienced hunters will sometimes bring prey back to the group rather than consuming it alone. Whether your indoor cat is consciously teaching you is debatable. Ethologists are genuinely divided on this. But what the behavior almost certainly reflects is that your cat has placed you inside their circle of care. The prey isn't a gross coincidence, it's inclusion. What you can do with that, a calm, brief acknowledgement before you clean it up, goes further than you'd think. Not because your cat understands your words, but because your body language, relaxed, unhurried, signals that you receive the message without panic. That matters to them. 2. Location is not random. Pay attention to where these deliveries happen. It's rarely a back corner or a rarely used room. It's the center of your shared space, the living room rug, the kitchen floor, the foot of your bed. Cats are highly territorial, and research from animal behavior studies consistently shows they reserve their core territory for their most trusted relationships. Bringing prey to that central space is, in a sense, an act of vulnerability. They're operating on instinct in the place where they feel safest, with the being they trust most. Screaming or frantic reactions don't teach your cat anything. They just make that core space feel unpredictable. A neutral response keeps the sanctuary intact. 3. Hunger has nothing to do with it. This one surprises a lot of people. The predatory drive in cats operates independently from hunger. This is well established in feline behavioral research. Your cat isn't hunting because they're starving. They're hunting because the instinct is hardwired and exists on its own circuit entirely. That's why feeding them more won't stop the behavior. And it's why indoor cats who never hunt anything real can become genuinely frustrated. Not dramatically, not visibly, but in small ways. Restlessness, ankle stalking, a certain edginess that appears for no obvious reason. The practical fix is play that mimics the actual hunt sequence. Stalk, chase, pounce, catch. A wand toy moved realistically for 10 to 15 minutes a day satisfies something food simply can't. You'll often notice a calmer cat within days. 4. The sock is not a joke. Indoor cats who bring you toys, socks, or bottle caps aren't being quirky. They're doing something behaviorally significant, performing the role of provider without live prey available. Research into displaced hunting behavior suggests this is a bonding act. Your cat is contributing to the group using whatever's available. They know the sock isn't alive. They're offering it anyway, because the ritual of contribution matters to them on an instinctual level. The response that resonates most with them isn't laughter or ignoring it. It's a few seconds of genuine engagement with the object. Pick it up. Look at it. That's all. Watch their posture change. Tail up, chest slightly forward. That's satisfaction. 5. The cruel moment that isn't. If you've ever watched your cat release a half-alive animal and recapture it repeatedly, your instinct was probably to intervene. It looks sadistic. It isn't. Some animal behaviorists have proposed that this behavior serves a social function, giving a less experienced group member a chance at an easier kill. Whether that interpretation fully holds up is still being studied. What we do know is that the cat is not being malicious. They're acting on layered instinct in a way that doesn't map neatly onto human ethics. The most practical response: calmly move your cat to another room and handle the situation yourself. No scolding. Your cat won't understand it, and it introduces stress into a moment that to them was cooperation. 6. The goodbye. They're actually processing. Here's something most owners overlook entirely. When your cat sits at the door as you leave, perfectly still, watching, that stillness is not indifference. Research into cat attachment behavior including a notable 2019 study in Current Biology, found that cats do form secure attachment bonds with their owners, more similarly to dogs and human infants than previously believed. That sentinel posture at the door reflects something real. They are registering your departure, and they will register your return. The hunting behavior throughout the day and this quiet guardianship at the threshold are connected. In their behavioral world, they've spent the day maintaining the territory. Now they're holding it while you're gone. A brief, calm goodbye, even just saying their name and making eye contact, acknowledges that relationship without overstimulating them before you leave. And when you come back, take a moment before you do anything else. Let them re-establish contact on their terms. That transition matters to them. The bigger picture. None of this requires you to become an amateur ethologist. It just requires a small shift in how you read your cat's behavior, from random animal doing animal things to a creature with a coherent internal world that occasionally intersects with yours in ways worth paying attention to. The mouse on your floor isn't a mess. The sock on your chest isn't a joke. The stillness at the door isn't nothing. It's a relationship, conducted entirely in a language you were never taught. Now you know a few of the words. If this changed how you see your cat even a little, subscribe. We go this deep on animal behavior every week. And if you have a cat who does any of these things, drop it in the comments. I read every one.